Go. It is a bridge. And on the other side of that bridge, Mothman. You don't need to feel down. I say, Mothman. Pick that man off the ground. There we go. That is the intro joke for today. 1 second. I'm going to fix this light. About there? Yeah, about there. About there works. In case you did not see, it's Mothman. I love this Mothman. Shout out to Chloe. She's the one who gifted this. Alrighty. Howdy, everybody. I'm Kelsey D Comics. I draw comics and art. And today we are drawing comics and art. Specifically, Himbos and Pirates. Before I get to the drawing of the Himbos and Pirates, a little bit of housekeeping. First, for folks who backed the Zine Club pledge drive on Kickstarter, I have updated emails, so you should begin getting the backer exclusive emails starting on Monday. Keep an eye out for those. The other rewards are still a work in progress. It's looking like the first unlocked one from the Kickstarter that's going to get done will be Toe Beans and Broomsticks, the deluxe edition. So keep an eye out for that. Rewards might be a little bit delayed because of two things. One came up suddenly. The other one has been planned for, but they're both events. The one that came up kind of suddenly is I have an event this Saturday, the February 24th. If you're in the Toledo or Bowling Green, Ohio areas, you can find me at Ice Tier Brewing on February 24th, pretty much all day. I'm going to be at Ice Tier because Ice Tier is going out of business, which is unfortunate because they're one of my favorite venues to showcase my stuff at. There are some behind the scenes extenuating circumstances that's affecting the owner, and that's why the business is closing at the end of the month. But they have very graciously allowed me to come in for old time's sake this Saturday to set up my stuff and showcase. And I hope we get a big old turnout that day because it would be great to see folks one last time before the pub closes. So if you're in the Toledo or Bowling Green, Ohio areas, check that out. Ice Tier this Saturday, February 24th. I will be there all day. The other event that I've already been planning for, but I still have a lot of prep work to do, is AwesomeCon. That is the second weekend of March, but there's a lot of prep work that I still got to do for that. Now, I'm not making new stuff for Ice Tier as much, but what I will be doing is at the Ice Tier show, I'm going to bring the stuff that won't be coming with me to AwesomeCon because it won't fit in the suitcase. So, just a little bit of a heads up for folks who are in the area or who are going to AwesomeCon in DC or anything like that. Also, I'm sorry I haven't updated the Ko-fi shop in a while. I will get to that. Patience. So, all of that said, don't buy any copies of The Legend of Jamie Roberts Volume 1 through my Ko-fi shop unless it's a misprint. You can buy the misprints. I have a ton of those still. But the regular copies, don't buy those yet. The counts are not accurate on the Ko-fi shop for those. The regular ones. The misprints, you're fine. Other housekeeping elements before we get to the live stream. Well, I will say this. Because of getting ready for AwesomeCon, etc., some of the live streams in the coming days are going to be more focused on... I got sidetracked. Hold on. They're going to be more focused on preparing art that's going to be debuting at AwesomeCon. And when the time comes for those live streams, I will tell you more about it. The first live stream for that is actually going to be this Thursday. So be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for the notice for that. The only other housekeeping thing that I can think of off the top of my head at the moment is something that I'm just going to talk about as I start drawing in this stream. So with that, let's go ahead and bring up on the stage. We have, oh, you can't hardly see it because I turned the opacity down. The pencils for The Legend of Jamie Roberts, page 224. Now, you're actually getting a sneak peek because this is the last page of chapter 9. So you're getting a sneak peek here. I have the speech bubbles off because spoilers, but you're getting a sneak peek at the final page of chapter 9. This is not going to be live for another couple of weeks. So keep that in mind. Also, I have some new music. You want to hear some of the new music I have? Shout out to incompetech.com for these, aka Kevin McLeod. Like, I know that he was the go-to guy for like, I'm trying to think of the proper term for this, but like royalty-free music. The kind of music that you don't have to like ask permission to put into your videos as long as you give him credit. I'm going to give him credit now because I have a couple of tracks of his on here, including some of these new ones that I have. This one is called Odyssey. Let's give this one a listen. Definitely hear it with the headphones. I'll go ahead and here we go. Oh, you know what? Actually, since I'm drawing The Legend of Jamie Roberts, I'll have this for a while. I made sure to stretch my wrists before tonight's stream. Always stretch your wrists, kids. One of these days, I'm going to make an actual, like, proper video of, like, wrist stretches that I do. It's been on my Trello board for a while to do a video like that, showing the wrist stretches that I do. If you caught my latest video this past Friday, you probably heard this track because this was in the background of that video. Tilt that up a little bit. There we go. I actually just spoke with the, well, not spoke, but coordinated by email with the book printer to print out more copies of The Legend of Jamie Roberts. I want to try to get extra copies in time for AwesomeCon at least. If you're going to be going to the Ice Tier show, I will have the misprints of Jamie Roberts Volume 1, just not the regular copies of Volume 1. I'm also going to have some extra copies of The Stars of Fantasyville, because those are the two books that I have the most excess copies of at the moment. I did have to talk with the book printer about printing more copies of other titles, because it turns out that I was low. The tricky bit is making sure that I'm going to have enough business cards, because I used to print those from home, but now my printer doesn't work. So I'm gonna see if I can get them printed at, there's a printer down the road from me, so I'm probably just gonna see about riding my bike over there at some point, seeing if they can take care of that for me. If they can't do it, I guess I can go to Office Depot. It's just, I'm gonna have to ride the bus to get there. It's annoying. I could go with other printers, but if I can work locally, I would rather just work local. We'll also see how long this stream lasts, if only because I have dinner cooking in the crock pot and it's supposed to be done at about 7:15. We'll see what things look like right around 7:15. The song has now looped. A couple opportunities actually cropped up recently. Well, the one's been on my radar for a little while, but there's one that's new. The one I've been aware of for a while is a residency program out in Washington State. I need to put my stuff together and submit my proposal for that. Fingers crossed, because I've never applied for a residency before, but I would love to go to a residency, even if it just means, hey, it'll give me a chance to finally finish the script for The Legend of Jamie Roberts up through chapter 20. Because the residency is supposed to last like a week, and just having one uninterrupted week to work on it would, that just sounds like bliss to me right now. Oh, as for what's cooking in the crock pot, that'll be done at 7:15. It's a big old batch of potatoes. Which I've perfected the pepper soup recipe that appears in chapter 3 of the legend. I'm a little bummed that we did not hit the stretch goal of unlocking the lore of Jamie Roberts, which would have been the trivia and fun facts about the Legend of Jamie Roberts up through like chapter 9. And it would have included a copy of that potato soup recipe. Little bummed that we did not unlock that during the Kickstarter campaign, I'll be honest. I was hoping that we would, but there was also a major concern I had about apparently Gmail flagged my own newsletter as spam when I first announced the Kickstarter on my email newsletter, and I'm like, well, that's a problem. I got comments from fans who I keep in touch with through Discord. They were like, well, it didn't pop up in my spam folder. And I'm like, that's good, but that still makes me nervous. So I got to figure out what's going on there. Because like the only difference that I can think is having a Kickstarter link in the email. because my previous crowdfunding campaigns up to this point have been on Crowdfunder, and that did not get flagged. That's a little worrisome to me. As for which platform I like better, Kickstarter or Crowdfunder, you know, after doing the Zine Club pledge drive on Kickstarter, I gotta say, I do kind of prefer Crowdfunder. At least in this moment. One of the big reasons why is Kickstarter's add-on system just sucks. They've made improvements, but it still sucks, unfortunately. Hello, Los. Glad to see you in the chat today. For the folks who are lurking while I'm working, I appreciate you being here. Ooh, hold on. There's another track. Hello, Arch of Winter. Happy to see you. I mentioned at the start of the stream that I got some new music uploaded on here. So that was one track. And I also have this one. This one's called Airship Serenity. I'm actually going to turn it down a bit. Here we go. Shout out to Kevin McLeod, aka Incompetech, for this track and the one before. There's also a couple other ones that I have in the roster here that are his. I just forget which ones. Also, gentle reminder, and as a heads up, at about 7:15, I'm probably going to pause things or wrap the stream up early. It depends on how things go at about 7:15, because I have food in the crock pot and it should be done at about 7:15. It is potato soup, for anybody who might be wondering. Okay, so I mentioned in the housekeeping segment at the start of the stream, I was going to discuss something while drawing. This is the thing I want to discuss. I'm going to be leaving Instagram soon. Nothing bad happened. I mean, aside from the fact that my account got stolen, I don't know, 2 years ago? It was 2 years ago. Wow. Yeah, 2 years ago, my original account got stolen. And I did manage to recover my followers and a few other things, but, you know, it still sucked. But yeah, I'm going to be leaving Instagram pretty soon. We'll see if it's by the end of this week or if it's later. But I'm going to start the migrating process. I'm going to keep the username. I'm still going to hold on to the account. I'm not deleting it by any means. I'm just kind of like putting it to sleep for the time being. There's a number of reasons why I'm doing it, and I'll put them in a blog post that I'll put up on my website when the time comes. There's a lot of them. There was like 8 or 9 when I was writing it. I actually numbered them as I was writing it. So there's like 8 or 9 reasons why I'm leaving. But one of the big reasons is it's not really doing anything for me anymore. Honestly, YouTube is where I spend most of my energy nowadays. And I keep touch with my friends through other means. So, even if I leave Instagram, there's not the threat of, how am I going to keep in touch with my friends? The ones that I want to keep in touch with, I keep in touch with tools outside of Instagram. This track also appeared in the video that I published on Friday, if I remember correctly. The actual music credit list will be in the description of that video. Yeah, that'll work. That line in his jaw, because Daniel's jaw is softer than Thomas or Jamie's. Like, he's got a softer jawline than the other two, so sometimes it trips me up. All artists connect with the dark web. Or are at least aware of it. If you're not aware of the dark web, you're not a real artist, I guess. Redraw that line. But I am going to draw this first. Ah, there we are. That looks more like him. So I'm hoping that I can ink this page of The Legend of Jamie Roberts, as well as a page from New Punk Signal. I'm hoping that I can get to both before the end of the stream. We shall see. But I know I have such an original idea of quitting Instagram. It's not like quitting Instagram has been, like, one of the #1 things recommended on my YouTube feed for the last 2 months. I don't know. There was just a wild burr that came to me today, and I was like, you know what? I'm finally gonna do it. So I'd been thinking about it off and on for a little while, and there was just something about today that made me go, you know what, I'm going to do it. It's like, hey, I already have my own website. I might as well use it. I also have a YouTube channel. I might as well use that. Maybe part of it was spurred by the fact that I did a backer survey for folks who backed the Zine Club Pledge Drive on Kickstarter. And one of the questions that I asked was, how do you like to keep in touch with the artists that you like? And Instagram was only the top pick for like one person. But it must not have been that high because they selected other means of keeping in touch with artists that they liked outside of that. So I'm not too hurt. I'm going to change up the track. Hold on. Let us do this one. This one's a Kevin MacLeod. Yeah, this is a Kevin MacLeod track. I downloaded this off of incompetech.com. Probably help if I tilted the canvas. Aha! I want to get to a point where I can post videos, not streams, not shorts, but like videos lasting longer than 5 minutes. My goal is to post those kinds of videos at least every other Friday. I'm getting to that point. Slowly but surely. Still gonna keep up live streams though. I do have fun with these. It's also just a great form of accountability to be like, I gotta get this done. Let me do this in front of a live audience. I teased this a little bit in the Friday video, but you know, drawing live in front of an audience is not that alien of a concept to me. Because I used to be a caricature artist at a major amusement park. I did not specify which park in the video, but it's not Kings Island. It is an amusement park in Ohio, but it is not Kings Island. I might have said it in another stream. It's Cedar Point. I was a caricature artist at Cedar Point for years, like 3 years. Okay, for this part, there's actually going to be 2 figures like right up close to the viewer, and there's going to be some like imposed depth here. Because with this page, I'm going to turn the opacity on the pencils up in just a second. Okay, there's this page here. Let me bring up another page that I did fairly... It was actually the page before this one. I'm going to turn the speech balloons off because there are spoilers in this one. Here we go. Okay, so I did this lighting effect in this panel. But I have Thomas an entirely separate layer. So, and I want to do something similar for Jamie and Thomas here, have them be on separate layers so that the lighting effect can be imposed. Basically, that's my aim with this page. We will see how effective this will turn out. At the end, I'm actually going to put the inks for Jamie and Thomas on a separate layer. There we go. That way, we can at least start that process. Ooh, this is... Okay. Archer Winner says, Instagram is just hard to use as a user. I use Instagram on my desktop and it is annoying. You can't view posts chronologically and they keep giving recommendations I never asked for. Part of that is because Instagram wants to keep you on the platform by any means necessary, and they largely do that by trying to convince you to check out channels that they think you'll like based on your previous likes and a few other factors. That's just how their algorithm works. Instagram's entire MO and the way that it operates, the way that it does, is entirely to keep you on the app. Because the more that you are on the app, the more data Meta can mine off of you, basically. It's one of the big reasons why I'm leaving the platform. Because I'm tired of having my data and my rent extracted by a multi-billion-dollar corporation and not seeing a cut of that myself. That's a big reason. Tired of having my labor and my data scraped just to make some executive rich. Now, being on YouTube does not make it that much better, especially since I've stated in past live streams that one of my goals is to get monetized. So it's like, YouTube is not that much better. YouTube does a lot of the same things. And yet it's also one of those things that, for me at least, like Instagram stopped being fun ages ago to use as a user. YouTube is still fun to me. And not just because of the shorts. Shorts play a factor, but it's not just because of the shorts. By the way, speaking of shorts, thank you everybody for liking my barbarian cat short. Holy crap, did that take off in a way that I did not expect on YouTube. Because it did not do well on Instagram or TikTok, but it did real well on YouTube. So thank you to everybody who liked that video and left a comment and did other things with it and shared it with people. Like, y'all are awesome. I'm glad that folks liked that video. Yeah, I feel like that's one reason why I'm noticing more and more folks are not using Instagram anymore. As Arch of Winter puts it, their algorithm just makes me want to use it less. I check out some stories, that's it. I ignore posts at this point now. Yeah. And, you know, not helped by the fact that Reels are just another place to post TikToks. But if I wanted to watch TikToks, I'd go to TikTok because I have that app on my phone. And stories aren't even like an Instagram original. They were stolen from Snapchat. Because Snapchat refused to sell to Meta, and so Meta was like, well, we're just going to drive you out of business then, and then they stole stories as a feature. Awesome Con prep time. Ben Wright Human and I are talking about doing a collab live stream together, so keep an eye out for that. Possibly next week, because I keep my streams to Tuesdays and Thursdays. He has Tuesday streams on Twitch where he plays video games. Those usually start at 8, for anybody who might be curious about that. You can probably check that out at BWHComics on Twitch. Because he's BWHComics in a lot of places. Okay, so those are the inks for Jamie and Thomas. I'm just going to put them in their own folder. Final panel, Jamie and Thomas. Oh, that's my slow cooker. Hold on. Yeah, awesome con. I'm going to be splitting the table with Ben. Ben and I are going to awesome con. It'll be good to go back. I haven't been there since like 2018 or something like that. 1 second. I'm going to stir the soup real quick. Let's call it a snack break because I'm going to grab a cookie. Get yourself some water and a drink, and I'll be right back. I'll leave the kitchen light on. It's better lighting. Okay. Cookie acquired. Soup stirred. So I'm going to tell y'all about the wonder of crockpot liners or slow cooker liners. They are a thing. They exist. They make cleanup so much easier. And when I was putting my soup together, I thought, oh no, I'm out of soup liners. I'm out of the crockpot liners. Oh, well, I'll just cook and then I will clean the pot. Don't make my mistake. Get the slow cooker liners. It makes cleanup so much better. Learn from my mistakes. You can get them at the dollar store for like I don't know, $3 or something like that. Like maybe not even that, like $2. Slow cooker liners are not that pricey. And they will save you so much time and effort. Don't make my mistake. But I really wanted potato soup. I wanted to cook in a big batch. Let me change up the song here. Let us do maybe this one. Yeah, I like this one. This one's fun. This track is called Daydreaming. I think this is one that comes with Streamyard, which is the streaming software of choice that I have. I mostly switched back to this one because I used it for a while and then I went to OBS. And then OBS kicked me off for the last time, and I went, I'm going back to Streamyard. That's entirely all that was. Okay, drawing this face reminds me. One of the things that I want to draw is, or one of the things I want to draw for AwesomeCon is a redraw of Halton. Because I think I can do better than the standalone video that I did. So I want to draw him. I also want to draw Carlock. Now, I have a couple working files of Carlock, but I'm just going to start over from scratch for her. one of the big reasons being other artists' interpretation of Karlach capture her spirit more so than her like exact look, and I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna try to capture the spirit of the character rather than like make a one-to-one dupe. But I have a couple other things that I want to draw for AwesomeCon. I don't want to spoil it yet, but I have some ideas. I'm also hoping that I can, because I have some free wallpapers currently, like the Tears of the Kingdom iteration of Ganondorf is a free phone wallpaper that you can download off my Ko-fi shop right now. But I do have a working version of that file that I think would be big enough for like a mini print. And if that's the case, I'll take a mini print with me to AwesomeCon. But I'll have to double check that. So maybe by Thursday, there will be an actual answer as to whether I can make that work or not. Because if I can make that work, yes, you'll be coming with me. Same with Uvagine, because I drew Uvagine from Hunter x Hunter, and if I can get him working, you bet your sweet Bippy I'm going to bring him to AwesomeCon with me. Also, want to take to AwesomeCon with me something else that is not a print, but I'll get to that because I saw a comment. Arch of Winter asks, have you seen the Tears of the Kingdom Ganon Figma prototype? I think you'll like it. I have not seen the Figma prototype yet. I'll have to check that out pretty soon. Because the Figmas are often really good. But here's the other thing that I want to take with me to AwesomeCon. In a previous stream, you may have seen me draw Jamie Roberts wearing a hoodie that says crispy. I found a hoodie at the thrift store. I am going to paint the word crispy on it. Now, I don't think I have white acrylic paint, but I do have yellow because the hoodie itself is like a dark midnight blue, almost black. It also has inside pockets. I really lucked out with this. The only drawback with this hoodie is that it does have a zipper in the front, so I'm going to have to map out real carefully how I draw the letters on there. But I do fully intend on painting the word crispy across the front of it. I have a fabric medium to mix with my acrylic paint, and I have an iron. I've been using the iron to press my seams for a patchwork project that I've been sewing for a while. So I know how to use an iron. Turns out it's not hard, but the fabric medium that I have that you can mix with acrylic paints is a heat set. Once you paint with it and you put it on the fabric, you let the fabric dry and then you got to heat set it with an iron or put it in the dryer for like 30 minutes. But the dryers downstairs cost quarters. I'm not spending my quarters on that. Sorry. Like, I'll just use an iron. The iron up here is free. Work with the resources that I have. Don't reinvent the wheel if the kit is right there. The older that I get, the more I'm like, you know what? Let's just keep it simple, man. Though, maybe I'll write a blog post about it, or maybe I'll make a video about it. Well, no, I can't make a video about it. I don't have footage for it. But my latest my latest thrift haul. I found a lot of really good stuff, but I also found this one really unhinged thing, and I really want to just share it with the world that it exists. It is bonkers. Maybe I'll post it in the community tab and just not have any context. Just be like, just post the picture and be like, no context needed. And that's the only thing I say about it. That's a thought. Unhinged and unbothered. Ooh. Okay. Yes, that'll work. I just wanted to make sure that the proportions for the forearms were correct there, because I didn't want them to be too... I didn't want to accidentally make him Popeye, you know? Ah, yes! Excitement for the crispy hoodie! I am very, very excited about the crispy hoodie. If I can get away with wearing the crispy hoodie all 3 days at AwesomeCon, you bet your sweet bippy I am going to do that. One thing's for sure, I do want to record my art process for painting crispy on the hoodie, because thrift flips are a thing, and I know this because I watch a lot of thrift flip videos. They keep popping up on my recommendeds. I'm not mad, I'm just surprised that it took YouTube this long to catch on that that's what I want to watch. Oh, work with me. There we go. Now, the only drawback with the YouTube algorithm catching on that that's what I want to watch is that now it's trying to recommend me a YouTuber reacting to some of the unhinged stuff that's on Ravelry, which is a knitting community. I've not actually checked out this knitting community, but I have definitely heard some very bonkers things about it. I have not watched these videos. I have no interest in watching these videos. I'm not really interested in YouTube drama or crafting drama. Just show me how to make a crochet granny square pair of shorts, please. Thank you. That's all I want. All right, so we got those inks done. Excellent. I'm gonna draw some cave line details here. Because there's an awful lot of atmospherics here. There. All right, so the inks are done for The Legend of Jamie Roberts, page 224 here. Excellent. Okay. So I'm going to bring up then New Punk Signal, because I promised Himbos. We're going to bring up Himbos. Need just a shake to get that up. Here we are. Okay. I wanted to have a little fun with this one in the final panel. I'll talk about that in a minute. So I really wanted this strip to highlight details of Mike and Steve's apartment, because we haven't really seen the living room yet up to this point. I know. Comic strip number 18, and we have not seen the finer details of Mike and Steve's living room. Bonkers. That's why this strip is being made. But it's also going to be another story beat in a couple different plot threads. Plot thread 1 Oh my gosh, these boys are learning to cook for themselves. Plot thread 2. The outside world is starting to fall apart even more because this is based on real world events, and this does take place in the beginning parts of the pandemic. New Punk Signal does. Legend of Jamie Roberts is its own fantasy world. New Punk Signal is based on real world events and real life events. Particularly my experiences having gone through at least the beginning parts of the pandemic. So it's a lot of commentary on the gig economy and a few other factors that I was thinking about a lot in the first like 2 or 3 years. But let's ink this real quick. Now for this, I'm actually going to use the curve tool. Now, the actual sync is not that curved. It's just when I draw the thumbs or the rough script version of a page, I get real loosey-goosey. I don't go for accuracy. I go for jot the idea down. Use the curve tool to draw this sync. Do I make up lyrics with the songs? Yes, I do. Don't judge me for it. I want to make sure that I got that knob right, because I don't think I got that knob right. Oh no. Hold on. Oh no. I gotta bring up the working file. Give me a shake. Okay. Letters off. Okay. I see the sync now. Okay, make a new layer, turn that down, and we're going to draw the knob. There we go. That's actually a little long. Let's narrow that down a bit. Boom! Donnerino. All right, we're going to put that on the ink layer proper. And no, we're not saving our changes. There we go. Oh, okay. I have to build the bridge so that you know where my train of thought was going. So thinking about AwesomeCon mini prints made me think of some of the stuff that I saw at Small Press Expo, including some Trigun Stampede fan arts. I did see that Dumpling Owl, one of the more preeminent, I suppose you could phrase it that way, one of the more preeminent Trigun Stampede fan artists that I see pop up on Ko-fi and a few other places is going to be at Comic Arts Richmond. Comic Arts Richmond, unfortunately, is the same weekend as AwesomeCon, specifically the same Saturday. So if you can't make it to AwesomeCon on Saturday because of Comic Arts Richmond, totally understand. If I could attend both, I would do both, because Comic Arts Richmond does seem like a really cool time. But I only have the bandwidth for one show. I could do the thing of, well, no, I can't do the thing anymore because I already told the organizers for Comic Arts Richmond, hey, don't worry about trying to squeeze me in because I'm from Ohio and it's going to be a hike for me to get there anyway. Because I did not tell them that I was going to AwesomeCon or had plans to go to AwesomeCon. So maybe next year. Going to reiterate for folks in the Bowling Green, Ohio area, Arch of Winter specifically, or for anybody who might be lurking but not commenting. So Iced Tear Brewing in Bowling Green, Ohio is closing its business at the end of the month. They very graciously allowed me to make a in-person appearance one last time before they closed their doors. So if you would like to see me at Iced Tear, you can find me this Saturday, February 24th, at Iced Tear, pretty much all day, or at least until I decide that I need to pack up and head home. As to why they're closing, there's extenuating circumstances for the owner that I'm not going to divulge for the sake of privacy, but there's some stuff happening, so the owner is closing their doors at the end of the month. Yeah, I know Dumpling Owl. Like, I don't know them personally, but they are pretty cool people. I love their art. I'm a little bummed that I wasn't able to... I don't think I made it to their table at Small Press Expo, but they were at SPX. SPX just had so many artists. I just hit the ones that I was like, I have to see them or I will be disappointed myself. But I think Dumpling Owl was also at the Phantom Comics launch party that same weekend, I think. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, Dumpling Owl, cool people. Yeah, bummed I'm missing Richmond too. Yeah. Yeah, I know, the honey beer. I'm really sad about that too. The Mug Club even brought some bottled, because somebody had got the bottled Tiamat and Bahamut that Ice here brewed a while back ago. The location, unfortunately, isn't that good for a brewery. Are you talking about the fact that it's like an A-frame building or just where it is in town? Because like where it is in town, it's fine. The extenuating circumstances are not about lack of business or the location or anything like that. There's extenuating circumstances that I'm not going to divulge because the owner has the right to his privacy. The location is not the problem, though. There is talks, I did see this comment, if they were more near downtown, other ventures might buy it. There is discussion of the current owner would not be offended if somebody came in and bought the place, but they got to try to keep the nerd vibe. And the fact that they do have like mead on occasion there. But as far as brews made by the current owner, that's just not going to be a thing. Unfortunately. No, there are other reasons. The business is fine, but again, extenuating circumstances in the lives of folks who run the business. So I do get the sneaky suspicion that the current owner, I get the sneaky suspicion he's going to open up another brewery wherever he goes next. Just a hunch. Oh, my crock pot's making weird noises. In about 15 minutes-ish, it'll stop making weird noises because I will be turning it off. Or at least turning it to warm. Rather than low. It is currently set to low. Yeah, the soup has been going like all day. Teasing me with its smell. I cannot wait to eat this soup. I am unreasonably excited about potato soup. I did have quesadillas for dinner yesterday and lunch today because I made a lot of filling for quesadillas. This recipe that I have makes a lot of excess filling for quesadillas. So I have a lot for filling, but not a ton of tortillas. So that'll be interesting. Maybe I'll freeze some of it. I don't think it'll freeze very well, though. We'll see. Okay. Oh. Actually, since I'm not drawing the Legend of Jamie Roberts right now, I'll change up the link that's on the screen. Let's go with this one. That is where you can find everything. Though I will need to go on there soon to remove the Instagram link, since I will be leaving Instagram very soon. I'm still going to keep YouTube and TikTok. Still going to keep those. Obviously going to keep my website up. Okay. Get a few crumblies in there. Not a ton, but some. Some plastic baggage here. Okay. Save our progress. And I'm going to have some tea. Okay. There's a little part of me that does want to talk about the fanzine that I am serving as moderator for, but there's another part of me that's like, you're just going to be complaining about it. Don't do it. There's some behind the scenes stuff going on that I just can't talk about right now. Suffice it to say, I'm never doing another fanzine again. Or if I'm doing another fanzine project, I'm going to do it with me running it and me picking people who I know what they're doing. Because I've worked with them on projects before. Okay. I'm actually going to move this line down. Boom. Because the boys deserve some thicker cushions. It's actually one of the nicer couches for college-age guys. Makes me wonder if they might have thrifted it or gotten it off of a curb. Wonder what the origin story is for this couch. Mike needs a haircut. He's gonna get a haircut in one of the later strips. Won't be until after page 20, but he's gonna get a haircut. He just has a big old mop of hair. So him getting a haircut is going to be one of those things that it's like, he's going to get that done at home. Oh, do people remember that hot commentary going on at the start of the pandemic? People demanding that places open back up because they wanted haircuts. While at the same time, there were activists who were like, the police are actively trying to strangle us to death. Yeah, because I remember that crossing my Instagram feed multiple times. Oh, I'm just thinking about ways to lay out this, to lay out the inks for this. Okay. Plotting. I am plotting. Oh, this is a good question. Are you leaving Instagram by not updating it anymore, or leaving Instagram as in deleting your account? I'm not going to update it anymore. I'm holding on to the username because after having my first account stolen, I don't want this one stolen. So I'm going to hold on to the account. I'm just not going to be updating it. Oh, me bitching about fanzines. Velos, as I pitch you another fanzine. I know, I am totally fine with you pitching, like, the idea of doing, like, a beefcake fanzine. I would absolutely do that, but odds are pretty high I would be supplying all the art for that one. No, there's another fanzine project that I would want to work on. It would be a Baldur's Gate 3 pinup zine, but I would run it. Or at least I would be one of the spearheaders on it. And I know who I'm going to invite for it. And the people who I'm going to invite for it are people who know what they're doing. Sorry, I'm going to stop there. I thought thicker cushions was about something else. Oops. I mean, I do draw some very thick himbos. I'm trying really hard not to complain about this particular fanzine project, especially since I don't know who all is watching that might be part of that project. Because it's not them. It's not them that's the problem. It's entirely me. I do fully admit I am the kind of person that how do I phrase this? I'm trying to think of the most graceful way to phrase I don't have patience. I have determination, but I do not have patience, and there is a difference between the two. I'm actually going to chalk this up to something that another artist taught me when I was still in college, and I went to check out the Black Swamp Arts Fest. There was a draftsman who he had meticulously detailed ink drawings of trees, like individual leaves, textured bark, that sort of thing. And I remember seeing one of his drawings and going, wow, you must have a lot of patience. And he goes, I don't have patience at all. I have zero patience. What I have is determination. Because patience is a willingness to put up with the unpleasant. Determination is the quality of seeing something through to the end. And that has stuck with me. And that's how I interpret everything that I do now. Because I really don't have patience. I don't have the quality of putting up with the unpleasant. I have the quality of seeing something through to the end. And there's a difference between the two. Ooh, okay. So I want to spin off of this comment from the Los, because the Los says roll for pinup. Oh gosh, sorry. That made me think. Great idea from the Los. Check another square off the bingo card. I forgot to put the bingo cards in the description. I am so sorry. Next stream, I'm going to write this down in my bullet journal to put the freaking bingo cards. Put bingo cards in description. Okay. For Thursday's stream, I'm going to make it happen. I wrote it down. We're going to make it happen. Okay. So, anyway, roll for pinup actually reminds me, there is another channel on YouTube called Cat Moth Crow. They have a thing called Roll for Zine. And it's this like little sheet that they designed themselves where they roll dice to determine what zine they're going to make, what it's about, how they're going to make it, and a few other factors. And now I'm like, what if I just did a roll for pinup and I made a roll for pinup table and it was either like different types of characters or it was different specific characters. And I could leave the suggestion for who the characters are on the list up to community tab vote. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to put together a little community poll on YouTube to ask for suggestions for pinups. And then we're going to put together a roll for pinup thing. Much in the same vein as roll for sandwich, we're going to roll for pinup. We're going to make this happen. I'm going to write this down. Roll for pinup. Do community poll on YouTube for who to include. Heck yeah. So keep an eye out on the community tab on my YouTube channel for that. Check the stuff below. Okay. Oh, I'm catching this a minute early. I had an alarm set to tell me that the crock pot would be done, but I'm just going to turn it off now because it's about a minute till. Ooh, roll for pinup poses or subject? I was going to go with subject, but I mean, I'm going to go with subject because different subjects will have different pinup poses. Gotta go in character. Okay. I'm going to actually, let's change our trajectory here. Let's save our progress first. We got to save our progress. And I'm going to bring up this again. so that you have something to look at, because I gotta get up. Ooh. Poses, characters, accessories, phrases. Ooh. I like the way you think. We'll make it happen. All right. So, gonna take a quick break to take care of the soup. So, let's see. We're gonna keep the music going. If you're lurking or commenting or anything else, feel free to get up, stretch, get some water, or whatever it is that you like to drink. Maybe a snack. I'm going to stir my soup. I will be right back. Oh, I needed to stretch my back. Oh, good heavens. Oh, I'm quite stiff. I don't know why I'm taking this voice. This is usually the voice whenever I'm like pretending to be Mooney, like, Mother, why must you do this? Oh no, that's Boo Boo. That's Boo Boo voice. Mother. Roll for crockpot. Just roll the crockpot down the hill. I did set the soup to keep warm because that is a setting that is on this crockpot. Thank goodness. Or slow cooker, because crockpot is a brand, turns out. But yeah, I have it set to keep warm for the time being because I want to try to finish the inks on New Punk Signal before I get to that. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how long these inks take, I should say. I rolled a 1, crockpot liner broke! Oh no! Oh, cleaning crockpots are the worst. Oh, wait a second. I almost forgot. I have the symmetry tool handy. Oh, that's going to speed this right the heck up. Oh, don't you love when tools work in your favor? Actually, let's get that off frame. Boom. Okay. Man, I love having tools that make things so much faster. Okay. Oh, you know what? New layer, set that opacity down, and boom. And if the symmetry tool is doing its job, which it ought to, then it'll delete some of these selected lines on the opposite end as well. It worked as intended! Yes!
Oh, there's a little boy. There is the little Moony boy, and he's looking at me. Hey, Moony boy.
Oh, the microphone probably did not pick that up, but he just chirped at me.
Hey, baby. Would you like to come say hi? Would you like to come on camera?
Oh, he's looking like he was considering jumping on the desk. He likes to do that. Okay.
Oh, and there's a boo-boo.
Hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can get him.
Hey, Moony boy. Oh, thank you for the kisses. I think he just woke up from a nap. Oh, hold on. Goodness. He is liquid. Yeah? Yeah? You want to say hi? You want to say hi to the internet? So this is Moony Vegeta Muser Peterson Crawford, or Goblin, depending on how much of a goblin he's being. I'm going to set you down.
Or are you going to... Okay. I set him down on my chair and he decided that he wants to sit. Oh, okay, he's done. There we go. Paid the pet tax for the day. He likes to crawl under my blankets in my bedroom and just take a nap. Okay, so we got that. Oh, right. This thing. Okay, now with that set up, I'm going to turn the symmetry tool back off. Okay. Layers are merged back again. Because the finer details of this thing need to be filled in. I'm actually going to turn the symmetry tool back on again because background line. Forgot about that. Okay, before I fill in all that detail, I'm actually going to ink this over here. Here's how I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to use the rectangle marquee and boop, free transform. Behave! Sorry, I thought I heard a hissy. All right, so we got that in perspective. Yay. Not thick enough. What the? Okay. Don't know what that was, but... I'm trying not to have super long streams again. Last week, was an anomaly for both streams. No, not last week. The week before. Week before, the streams ran really long. To the point where last week I did not stream at all because I needed a break. I was very moved. I'm trying not to do that again because I want to be more respectful of my energy. This line is off. Okay. Couch. That's the onomatopoeia. Couch. Oh, hey. Better. I'm feeling better.
Who is it, Mooney?
He is circling by the front door.
Who is it, Mooney? Is it the neighbors? Is it the neighbors? It's too early for your mama to be home.
I am not Mooney's mom. I am the auntie, but I am not the mom. That thick couch, yes. I don't know how these college-age boys managed to find this thick couch, and yet they found one. Maybe they went to Habitat for Humanity, I don't know. Alex and I actually have 2 couches in our living room. We got them both from Habitat for Humanity. One was $10, the other was $20. And there was nothing wrong with them. Though I did, when we got them, I showed pictures to my mom, and she took one look at them and she went, "Oh God." Because they were just so colorful. I'll have to post pictures in the community tab. I love our couches. And I hope you love them too. There's one I like to call the paint couch because it looks like it is covered in paint splotches. And one is the flower couch because it has flowers all over it. Oh, you know what? I'm going to outsource this particular part. Hey, chat! Shout out in the chat what I should draw on the shelves of this entertainment system for these frat boys. Shout it out in the comments. I will add them. Outsource that. Because I don't know why, but my mind is drawing a blank. I could draw a lot of video game systems, but I want to draw some other stuff too. By the way, if you would like to read New Punk Signal or The Legend of Jamie Roberts, links are in the description under my webcomics. It's a big header. You can't miss it. I love this suggestion. Exactly one Funko Pop. Oh my god, we got to put that in there. I think I know what Funko Pop I would want to do too. So I have one right here on the shelf. Let me pull them down.
Is there's Raditz? The Raditz Funko Pop. I do have Beerus and Mr. Perfect Cell as Funko Pops, but they're not in their boxes anymore. This is in the original box. But I do have this guy. So I'm definitely thinking a Dragon Ball Z Funko Pop on the shelf because these are guys. And there's already a Majin Buu poster in one of their rooms. So I'm like, why not? Now I'm thinking Adam West Batman hitting someone with a couch and the onomatopoeia being couch! That's some serious, like, core strength to lift up a couch and hit somebody with it. How fratty are the frat boys? Not that fratty. Canonically, they actually left a fraternity because they were focused too much on partying, and the two became roommates so that they could do their thing and not have to worry about party boys trying to, like, crash into their bed or something. Ooh, trophies is a good one. In or out of box on the page? Ooh, that's a good question. I'm going to say for the purposes of illustration, like, out of the box. Because I think the in-the-box Funko Pops would probably be kept in their bedrooms, and not out in the living room. If they're not too fratty, musical instruments, trophies, game systems, board games, and comics. Board games. Definitely going to add some board games there. Gonna eat dinner, enjoy the rest, have a good rest of your stream. Well, enjoy dinner. I'm probably going to be wrapping this up soon to have dinner myself because it's in keep warm in the crock pot at the moment. But I want to finish inking this first. Oh, let me turn that snack break banner off. Holy crap, I didn't realize that was still on. Let's do... So there we go. If you're lurking and working, or if you're catching the replay of this, and you have the means, I'm going to throw this out there. If you enjoy these live streams, consider leaving a tip on Ko-fi. Tips help a lot. Also, all tips between now and March 8th are going to help towards going to AwesomeCon because I'm going to need some snacks for AwesomeCon. So Ko-fi.com/Kelsey D. Crawford or ko-fi.com/Kelsey D. Crawford. Link also in the doobly-doo. Soup! There's just more soup! Sorry, that's something Alex and I say all the time. It's just, there's just more soup! What do you mean there's just more soup? I mean there's just more soup! That, if anybody knows that, I don't have to go any further. You've probably already auto-filled that meme yourself. There we go. I'll bring up a different link. That's better. That original hand sketch was real wonky. I'm glad I could fix that.
do really like that suggestion of video games or board games, though, so I'm going to add some of those real quick. Oh, wait a second. Just realized there's been like a working layer separate the whole time. Okay, hold on. Merge them. Done. Okay, there we go. Now back to over here so we can add some board games. Okay, symmetry layers turned off. Yay. Oh. Rectangle tool, please. Thank you. A little thicker, or thinner, rather. Let's do this. Okay. This one is... Okay. Entertainment details for writing. There we go. I'm going to group those into entertainment unit. Because the writing needs to be a separate layer so that I can write what the board games are about. There we go. Oop. White, please. Obviously gotta have Catan. And this is purely my own indulgence, this next game that I'm going to add onto the board. Quelf. If you have not had the pleasure of playing Quelf, you need to play Quelf. It is a lot of fun, particularly if you are a very frustrated theater major. Because that was how I first found out about this game. It was from theater majors when I was in college. That was how I was introduced to this game. Okay. Next. Ooh, okay. This one is also a self-indulgent thing. And I will explain myself in a minute. Dungeon dice. So this is an old Parker's Brothers game. I might switch the placement around. Yeah, I think I'll switch the placement around. Hold on. I'm going to move Catan up here. Dungeon dice down here. Now, a friend of mine did find dungeon dice on eBay because I don't think this game is in print anymore. You can only buy secondhand copies. But dungeon dice was put out by Parker Brothers way back in like the 60s or the 70s, something like that. Probably the 70s. But it is a player versus the board game where you play as a prisoner in a prison. Your objective is to escape the prison. You roll dice to determine how many cards you get, and the number of cards that you get determine the length of your tunnel. And your goal is to get to the very end of the board and dig yourself off the board, basically. However, there are different faces on the dice because the dice are not pipped 1 through 6. They are pipped with different symbols. And one of those symbols is little angry guard faces. And if you pull up 3 or more of those, you are spotted by the guards and you have to surrender your tunnel cards that you won during that turn. It's a fun game. Highly recommend it. Ooh, a broken box of Monopoly. Ooh, Yeah. That could be like a zine supply box right there. Oh, I keep forgetting when I have black or white ink active. Okay. Okay, I gotta rotate the canvas to make sure I can write this. Okay. Okay, so we got the opened box of Monopoly. We got some board games there. Now, this is supposed to be an N64 system down here. So let me ink that real quick. I'm going to change up the music in a minute. I'm going entirely off of memory here because we have an N64 on the entertainment unit out in the living room, and I see it like all the time. So I'm just working off of memory here. Okay. Okay, we're gonna put the more vertical place, like the PlayStation and the Xbox 360s over here. For this, I'm gonna use the curve tool just to make this more consistent and more mechanical looking. Okay, this is supposed to be a PS4 turned on its side. Okay. And, okay. One sec, I need to look at something. Okay, because we have an Xbox 360 in the other room, but I couldn't remember how it curved, so. So my friends and I actually had a discussion the other day because we were talking about Xbox 360 games. Alex brought up that she has the BioShock games, and she considers the BioShock games horror. And one of our friends was like, wait, it's a horror game? And Alex was like, I think it is. So let me know in the chat if you agree with that assessment that BioShock is a horror series. I think in particular the first game is. I think you could for sure make the argument that the first game is a horror game. Okay, the boys would not have a PS5 yet because the PS5 is not out by this point. I think the Switch would be out by this point, though. I think the Switch has been around for a while. Let me double check that. When was the Switch released? On March 3rd, 2017. Okay, so yeah, it's been out for a while. In that case, we'll also give them a Switch. Just thicken that line up. And there we are. They have a Switch. Get that situated. Okay. And let's see. Trophies, huh? I put the trophies up on the tops there. A Wii U tablet. Yeah. But you know, I might do that if only because I know Bayonetta 2 came out on the Wii U. Yeah, these guys would play Bayonetta 2. I'm not saying that as like they're such frat boys. They would definitely play a game with a hot babe in it. Like, because like, let's be honest, Bayonetta is pretty hella queer. But you know, I think these boys would be cognizant enough to know that there are some queer elements to the game, and they'd be like, hey, I'm still gonna play it. Because these are good himbos. Remember, these guys canonically supported a webcomic written and drawn by a 10-year-old boy. Like, these are good guys. Okay. I'm blanking on trophies. So I'm gonna check out the other suggestions for what to fill it in with. Oh, comics, right. Hold on. Ooh, I know a way to make this easy. Hold on. So shout out to the Starfish Face for making this particular brush. Need to size it down a bit, but there we go. Shout out to the Starfish Face for making this brush, because this is so much easier than trying to draw individual books. Thank you, the Starfish Face, creator of Cast Off Comic. By the way, if you haven't checked out her YouTube channel, the heck are you doing? Because like, I'll be honest, a lot of the ideas that I have for like streams or video ideas, a lot of them are from the Starfish Face. It's a combination of a couple of different channels. The Starfish Face, Kathleen Illustrated, and a little bit of Shannon Makes are like my top 3 influences as far as like ideas for videos to make for YouTube. But, you know, shout out to the Starfish Face for making this particular brush, because that just made my life a whole heck of a lot easier. Ooh, okay, okay. Trophy. Just thought of a trophy to put here.
Hi, Bree.
Soccer balls have pentagons, right?
Bree.
I think soccer balls have pentagons. I'm going to double check that. Mm-hmm. Can I get this to work? There we go.
Bree. I might have to scoop the Bree. Give me a second. Bree. Come here, baby. Oh, goodness. It's not torture if she's not running away. This is Bree. She likes to scratch the walls when she wants attention for something. I am almost done, baby. Yeah. Well, she's not howling. Yes. Oh, mister. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Mooney's looking like he's ready to tackle Bree. Do not. She has claws and she will beat you.
It shocked Mooney the other day when he was like play fighting with Boo Boo and Boo Boo just bit him and he was just absolutely gobsmacked. Just absolutely startled. Just that was his reaction. And it's like, yeah, imagine that. You're not the only one who can defend yourself, mister.
Oh, yes. I spoke to him, so he had to come up for pets. Oh. You're a sweet boy. You know that? Oh, no. Don't run away. Oh, spicy noodle. But I love you. Oh.
Sometimes you gotta bite him back. Not hard. Just enough to be like, I am your mom. Or I am your parent. Oh, he didn't draw blood that time. He's getting better. Oh, right. I was figuring out the facings that a soccer ball has. Hold on. Yeah, they have the pentagon shape. That's what I thought, but I wanted to be sure. Something like that. Pretty sure. Oh. Maybe less like a house. And more like this. That looks real bad. Give me a second. So I think I'm going to cheat a little bit. Well, I'm going to cheat a lot. Just full disclosure, I am going to be cheating a lot. So here's what we're going to do. Go. This is happening off camera, so bear with me. Boom. Okay. Okay. Oh, how tall is this thing? 1345. And this is taller than that. Okay. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, you know? Okay, so that's the original. I'm gonna turn that down to 25% opacity. Okay. Okay, I got what I needed, so there. Make it look like it's signed. Because this would definitely be a, like, oh my gosh, I'm such a big fan of your football team, sign my football. These would be the kind of nerds who would do that. There we go. That looks like a face. Now that I'm looking at it, there we go. Okay, that's better. Okay, I'm going to take a break from that for a minute to work on these. I think I'll just wrap up the stream here in a minute because I really want to have my soup. I do like inking, but sometimes it takes longer than I want it to, you know? This is a very nice couch that they have found for themselves. Okay, I have to check where the couch cushion split was. About here-ish. Gotta get his eyes just right because he's looking at the phone. Panels are big too. Yeah, they are. A deck of Uno, but with a +4 card ripped up on the floor. I mean, that would be in the Monopoly box. I feel like the Monopoly box is their graveyard for game pieces that don't belong anywhere else anymore. Soup. There's just more soup. I had to. Okay. Let's end this with this. This is called Odyssey. Still. See if I can get this done. Because the sooner I get this done, the sooner I can get you my soup. Okay. While I'm thinking about it, anybody got any good recommendations for how to listen to podcasts? Because for a while I used Google Podcasts, but they're actually ending Google Podcasts soon. So I'm looking for just another podcast player that I can subscribe to my usual shows. Something that is not Spotify. I don't think the shows that I listen to are on Spotify. So, any recommendations for podcast players? I am all ears because I want to listen to my shows again. I need something to listen to while I draw and crochet and make stuff. For podcast recommendations, there's one called If Books Could Kill. Highly recommend it. I recommend it to everybody who listens to podcasts. It's a couple of dudes who look at the most popular bestsellers and break down why they suck. It's usually in the vein of nonfiction, but yeah, they break down why certain books suck. And it's great. I really need to finally listen to another D&D podcast. That's been on my radar for a while. I just need to buckle up and listen to it. I don't know why I'm dragging my feet on it. Okay. And we got 2 posters in the back here. I already know what I'm going to do with at least one of these posters. I have a Flight of the Conchords poster, and I want that to fit in one of these slots. The other one, I'm thinking probably Kingdom Hearts. Because I have my Kingdom Hearts 2 poster over here in the corner. Unfortunately, Mooney thinks that he can fit his entire face in the bottom part of the poster, and so the poster is kind of split in the middle. But yeah. Let's see. Are any of your podcasts on YouTube? I know that YouTube Music is a thing. I don't know if they're on there. So I mean, I'd have to look. Okay, with that, I'm actually gonna wrap up the stream here because we got a pretty good base. I'll fill in. Maybe I don't need to fill it in. Yeah, I'm not even gonna worry about filling in that top shelf up there because it's blocked off by letters, the lettering. So I'm not even gonna worry about it. Yeah, so we're gonna call the inking good right there. And we'll fill in the TV screen and the prints off stream. So here's what we got done this stream. We got the inks done for New Punk Signal and The Legend of Jamie Roberts. So huzzah! We got those done. Okay. And with that, yeah, I'm getting ready to get into my soup. Enjoy soup. I'm going to enjoy my soup. I am unreasonably excited about soup. So, thank you all so much for watching. Tune in this Thursday for another stream. For that stream, we're going to be drawing stuff for AwesomeCon. I will be at AwesomeCon March 8th through 10th. I'm also making another in-person appearance at Iced Tier Brewing this Saturday, February 24th. So if you're in the Toledo or Bowling Green, Ohio areas, check me out at Iced Tier Brewing this Saturday. If you liked this video, give it a like. If you're catching the replay, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of this stream, and also maybe some suggestions for board games that you really liked, since we were talking about board games a little bit. So tell me about some of your favorite board games. Would love to hear about it. I love board games and card games. I will shout this indie game out. I actually picked this up at a convention. It's called Pretending to Grown Up. I have it on the shelf. Let me grab it. Static Shock. Okay. Remove that. Okay. So I picked this up at a convention. It's called Pretending to Grown Up, a card game for grown-ups who feel like they're pretending. This is so much fun. This is basically, excuse my language, bullshit. Like this is a bullshit variant. The entire conceit of the game is that you sit in a circle and you're like, I bet I have this much energy to do blank. And everybody calls you and determines if they have more energy than you, or if they have more money than you, or whatever it is in that particular round. There's also, I have to bring this out. There's this little guy. Look at them. They are so cute. This is kind of a immunity idol in each round. You can only play it once per round. So once you play it, you got to put it back in the center, but this is the immunity idol. It's so cute. This is such a fun game. If you can get your hands on it, highly recommend it. This was a lot of fun. Again, this is Pretending to Grown Up. This is one of my favorite card games. If my friends and I get a chance to play this ever again, we got to play it. Okay, so I already did my spiels. So catch me again this Thursday at 6 o'clock for more art stuff. Subscribe, hit the notifications, and if you like this video, give it a like. It helps a lot. Thank you so much for watching. You are awesome.